Now go live in your life.
All right, everyone. Welcome to the Wednesday live stream with Dan Merkin, your by far favorite fintech CEO. Steve Gomez has helped me set up. So please let me know if you can hear me and if you can see my screen. I'm turning off my Steve side convo. Steve, let me know if you see anything I'm doing wrong.
We are good. See you.
Okay, guys, give me yeah, I can see you, I can hear you, so that I know everything is cranking. Fantastic. Okay, so you guys, we got a really, really good show for you today. I'm going to be showcasing something that should kind of blow your minds. And hey, John, good to see you, buddy. Thank you for participating in the live stream. Love to see my good friends out here. So let me tell you guys a little bit of a story. So everybody probably heard and witnessed that when we came in on Monday, what we got was quite a bit of an AI, I call it an AI fisting. Let me see if I'm going to adjust this size a little bit so you can see it just a little better. Okay, that should be good. That way I can fit a little bit more on my screen. Is everyone still able to see it? Hold on one second. Let me do another minor adjustment. Okay. So, as I was saying, on Monday, today's Wednesday, on Monday, I want to share with you guys that I experienced the biggest loss in one day that I've had in over 2.5 years. At the end of Monday, I was down, I think, close to $350,000 in this portfolio right here. And you can see why that happened. I mean, again, I'm going to just move this up a little bit. And what I'm doing here is I'm sharing experientially some things that you can just process for yourself. Okay. So NBIS is one of my big core holdings. And on Friday, it was at 41. And on Monday, it traded as low as 26. The reason I'm bringing this up is because if you guys have notions that the stock market is fair and is going to do something, rational, and that everything's going to be easy and smooth, this is the type of rude awakening that you can get. The reason I want to really bring this up once again, and there's a lesson in here for everyone. Okay, let's click on this. Okay, so here we are, close the day at 41.49 after being as high as 43. And the next day, okay, without any ability to use risk management, there was an opening. I mean, I guess you can say there was an opening here, but really it kind of went right to 27 very quickly. So 14 points, and I have 17,000 shares of it. Contemplate that for a minute in terms of being able to process the financial ramifications of things that are happening to you. I, again, bring this up not to brag or gloat, but to share the fact that if you want to play in the big leagues, the majors of trading, there are incredible volatility swings that you have to be prepared to experience, and not in the textbook, bullshitty stop loss sort of way. Because to be honest, and I've said this many, many times, I don't believe in the definitional term of the word day trading. You trade for momentum-based waves. If you were fortunate enough, for example, to be an Apple computer in the late 80s or early 90s, you could have ridden a momentum wave that's lasted 30 years and there would have been no reason for you to exit. If you guys follow me on Twitter, you know exactly how I think about diversity, equity, and inclusion. But have you paused a little bit? And this may be some of the best shit you're going to hear on a live stream. Okay. Notice that the mainstream financial media constantly talks about diversify your portfolio, diversify your portfolio, diversify your portfolio to avoid risk. But have you ever stopped and considered that the billionaires, and I'm not even saying I actually believe in those either, but let's call it for the textbook definition, like people like Steve Jobs, who was the CEO of Apple, Michael Dell, the CEO of Dell Computer, the guy who runs Netflix, who I can't stand, but he's a billionaire, Bill Gates, Microsoft. Do you realize that the reason they became, and by the way, Elon Musk, Tesla also, the reason these guys became billionaires is because they didn't diversify. They kept all their shit in the stocks companies that they ran. And there's a lot to be said there for an investment perspective. Think about playing blackjack. And I want you to listen to what I'm saying from a analytical, mathematical, and probability point of view. There's blackjack strategy for the way you read the cards, and there's blackjack strategy for the way you bet. And if you go to a casino with $500 and you're playing at even a $10 table, there's zero chance you're going to win money. Because the way that you properly play blackjack is you don't take any money off the table and you wait for a run where you get approximately 5 or 6 in a row. That's how you win. That's basically the metaphor and analogy for not diversifying. Diversifying is having a blackjack bet on the table, winning, and you're like, ooh, I'm going to take half off the table. But what you don't realize is by taking half and keeping it, you are removing your ability to double if you win on the next one. And if you should have 3 in a row and you were taking money off the table, you are critically injuring your ability to make exponential gains, which is how you win in blackjack. And the stock market is not that different. So whenever you're investing and whenever you're trading, you have to really work hard to remove a lot of the BS that has been put into your mind. Okay. And so from that point of view, I want you to think about, even since we've been watching this, you've seen, this is my portfolio that the one that lost the 350,000, but I'm showing you that, like, since we've been here, I think I just made $8,000 in the 13 minutes. And that's because I have some size in the warrants here. They're up 3. So when you have something, when you have 20,000 shares of something that's up almost 3, that's what this looks like. This is the game. NBIS pulled back after, rebounding a little bit, still up 51,000, but I was break even and even was down a little bit of money on Monday. So that's how crazy this stuff can be. Any questions about this intro? That the idea in the stock market is exponential gains, Trade ideas is trying to get you closer to the exponential game business. And in order to do that, you want to find something that you can get into and stay in and have it run. The beauty is that some of these things are like exponential gains that happen in a short amount of time. And that's the advantage that we have being active investors, pivoting, positioning. And by the way, I trade around these stocks that you see here. I added yesterday, I added 10,000 shares of Kodak. Here you can look at, make a little bit of a, showing you also the picture in picture, and you can see what I'm doing here, hopefully. You know, if I've got 30,000 shares and this goes back to 21, I mean, you know, I'm doing something pretty positive for the family. This is what my eyes are looking at. This is what I'm hunting. So again, I trade around this, lots of volatility here, and I'm just trying to share different perspectives. This is my less active portfolio, which has bigger ups, but also, as I mentioned on Monday, gigantic down possibilities. So just wanted to share, keep that in mind. And what I'm going to showcase for you guys today, I'm going to actually do two totally different topics. So as you guys know, what I'm doing here is this is the money machine. Okay. And we're getting closer and closer to release. Hopefully by the second week in February, this will be available the way you see it here on the web and also in TI Pro for everyone to start really dialing it in. But what I want to show you, Imad, I'll discuss that stuff, the portfolio a little bit later. But yes, this right here is the money machine. Fully automated trading, goes in both directions, long and short for you. But I'm going to show you something that should get everybody here super excited. Okay. So this is the way so this is our engine room. Okay. When this comes out, most likely you're not going to get this thing because it's a little bit cumbersome and very, there's like, think about all the choices. That's not what we want for the end user. A lot of this stuff is going to be automated. But what we are doing here is this is how we build the system. How does the money machine get created? These are inputs that we in our labs are using to adjust, to modify. And I want to show you something incredibly exciting. Who sees what this? Do you guys see what I'm pointing at? I want to see somebody type a yes or a no. Do you guys see my mouse, what I'm pointing to? All right, very good. So what we have done with the money machine is we have integrated the trade wave into the money machine, where you can use trade wave on different time frames to use it as an enter and exit, where basically trade wave kind of takes over a lot of this other stuff for you when you're in this mode. This was a huge innovation. And by the way, someone asked a question, can you go long only and less money? Yes, see this right here? This is how all this is adjusted. I could say $1,000 long only. And the reason that I am short here is because I was testing some reverse. I actually turned that off, so it's not doing that anymore. But my point is you have full flexibility and control. If you want to go long and long only and only $1,000, or you can go to shares and say, 100 shares just to start testing it out, you will have that capability. And notice, I'm putting in some settings here: minimum price, maximum price, maximum positions, and I think I overrode this. I have 6 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 6. But once again, this stuff is the reason I like to. The reason I like to show this to you is that I want you to see all the work that's being done behind the scenes to bring the money machine to market. Bjorn, hi. We are looking at the second week in February for the release of the money machine without real life trading yet, so that people can get acclimated. And then we think at the end of February, oops, hold on a second. My screen got a little closed. And we think that at the end of February is when you will be able to not only use the money machine, but trade live. Okay. So let me show you some cool things once again that you can do. So here I'm going to trade. And by the way we have it is you can interact with the money machine. But you can see this stock has ran up quite a bit. Everyone sees what I'm doing here, right? Huge relative volume. Money machine got me in, got me out, and reversed. And I'm up $2,800 in this trade. But I want to show you guys something. I'm noticing that it's kind of flatline, And one of the things that we want you to all be aware that when the money machine is working, you can also interact with it. How would you be able to do that? Well, let me give you an example. And again, this is, by the way, testing stuff. So we want to always try different things here. But again, it's been in this tight area, and overall it's still, positive. So what I'm going to do is watch. I can press a button, one button right here, and watch what happens. So this is a blackjack type of strategy. In blackjack, sometimes you can double down. You can do all sorts of different things. It is a metaphor. And watch what you can do here. Now that I'm manually intervening, I can click here. I can say, okay, let me adjust this now that I'm going long, but I don't want to give it too much room. I just want to keep it right here and see what happens. So I'm just showing you the two different ways that you can work with the money machine so that it's not purely just auto, it's you and the machine. Always man in the machine, because you will be the one that inputs some of this information, like do you want to go long, do you want to go short? And by the way, we will have options where it helps you with these suggestions, but I just want you to be, it's kind of like this, and I'm just sharing my life experiences here as well. I have a Cadillac. I don't drive electric cars. I think those things are crazy. But I have a Cadillac, very nice car. My whole family, we drive it from San Diego to Lake Tahoe. It's like a 9.5-hour drive to go to the lake. My Cadillac has auto self-driving. But it's not an auto self-driver where I get in my house in San Diego, type in my address in Tahoe, put the family in, and it drives me there. That's just not how it works. And unfortunately, many people think that automated trading, where the computer trades on your behalf, is like that, but it's not. The way the automated trading should be is where it does a lot of the tedious manual things for you. And what my Cadillac will do is once I'm on the highway and I'm going in one direction for a long time, I can let it then do what's called super cruise, where it's driving, making sure I don't hit any other cars. I don't have to hold the wheel. I don't have to press the gas. It does a lot, but it's not where I can go in the back seat and read a book. But unfortunately, many people sort of want the, hey, I want to go and be in the back seat reading a book while my car is driving me to, to Tahoe. So what we're trying to showcase here is there is a bridge step. There's questions about, again, the money machine can be totally hands-free, by the way. I'm just saying that remember what I said about the stock market in the beginning, which is it is very, let's call it unfair in some ways. And when the unfairness happens, the computers do not know how to deal with the unfairness. It can't be taught. It has to be processed by the human. And that's what I'm saying is we're giving you all of those tools together. Okay, so one of the things I'm noticing, by the way, is REBN. I'm long here, and this is actually breaking down. So what I can do, and I'm going to do the same thing, is I'm going to reverse. Sorry, what I meant to say was I was short and losing money, and now I just switched directions. That's what I meant to say. Sorry. We were looking at the different ticket. Okay. So one of the things that we are working on right now is internal logic that helps you to make some of the decisions I'm making based on P&L situations. Like here, by the way, this SIGN that I was short and went long, right now that's not working and I'm about to be stopped out. I think I should have just been stopped. And if not, then again, then you're seeing why we're still testing this. So Hutch, the answer is yes. Okay, there, my stop was just triggered. The answer is, to your question, you will be able to work with this in total paper mode and get comfortable first before you go live. And the stuff that you're seeing me do here is, this is in reality, and what's so cool about this, and I'm just going to show it to you. I'm showing you kind of the AI algorithm. You can read it, and it's not really meant for public consumption, but because you guys are on this live stream, I show you the steps that we take to create the product. When I'm doing all of these trades, when I'm interacting with you guys on these live streams, what you may not be aware of is I'm training the AI by putting it through these motions, okay? So that at the end of the day, we can look at, well, how did this process work? Did it work out well for me? Did it do what I wanted it to do? And we teach the software to then react better in different situations. So Trader 77 had a question about, like, what do I do about FOMC? So I have to be honest with you. The stuff that we trade with the money machine, especially like stuff that is like this, has absolutely no FOMC bearings whatsoever. Now, there could be like external events that affect everything, but let's discuss the duality of what you're seeing, right? Right now, the NASDAQ is down 100, and this SGN is up 123%. When you have a stock that's doing this sort of a thing, you're in a totally different environment. So I personally, as a very long-term active investor, try to completely not think about external like FOMC announcements and things like that, because they don't really factor into momentum, at least not for what we're trying to find here. Hutch, yes, the money machine will be inside Brokerage Plus. It will be on the web, but also in Brokerage Plus. That's really what we're waiting for. We're waiting for it to be in a Brokerage Plus release, and that is where in Brokerage Plus is where you will be able to automate the trading. So Jim asked the question about how far away are we from real money? Jim, I'll be honest with you, a lot closer than you might think. So we've already built all the API connections. So for example, right now, as you know, in Brokerage Plus, you can automate a strategy in interactive brokerage and trade there. You can trade on E-Trade and you can trade on Alpaca already. So this existing infrastructure is already there. We have modified this infrastructure to work with the money machine so that once we let it out of the cage in approximately, we think, 2 weeks or so, where it's in Brokerage Plus and also on the web, once you're comfortable with that, we will then allow for the connection to all the brokerages that we have, Interactive Brokerage, Alpaca, and E-Trade, and you will be able to execute these orders. So that's already all been built. IQ Kamal, we don't have a specific broker for Canada, but I'm pretty sure Alpaca is available. Alpaca probably is the best technological implementation for the automated trading, but really at this point, it's all kind of similar. And we have had automated trading for well over 15 years. Our first automated trading robot was with TD Ameritrade, before 2010. So it's been that long. I mean, we've been doing this for a long time. Oh, Alpaca's not in Canada? That's a bummer. Yeah, so interactive brokerage would probably be the one then, where we are in discussions with Centerpoint to do an automated API connection with them. But right now, it's purely in discussion mode. The real issue, and one of the reasons that and by the way, I'm going to speak to something that all of you should kind of contemplate. The money machine can be extremely active. It can trade one stock, potentially, depending on the rules you decide to try to find the direction. It can trade it 10, 20 times in one day, especially things that are super volatile that are up, 400%. That would not really work with a commission-based environment that you have with Centerpoint and Interactive Broker. So we're creating a schematic where you can limit the number of trades per symbol and things like that to make sure that the money machine knows the kind of risk profile that is being used by its user. And you have freedom to, obviously turn up the volume or turn it down. But I'm just saying that these are all things that we have thought about and that we're working. There was a question about Schwab. Right now, we don't have anything specifically with Schwab, but Schwab owns TD Ameritrade. And once this is out, I think enough people will be so interested in it that Schwab will come to us. When we would not be upset about connecting to them via API. Probably after the initial release, TradeStation would be a big one, and then Schwab. But baby steps. We want to get it out first, get it. And you remember, E-Trade's already there, and E-Trade's available everywhere, for at least from what I understand. So E-Trade, Interactive Brokerage, and Alpaca are the first three. The thing that I wanted to really showcase today is the fact that now entry and exit signals are no longer, I just hit a pause. Yep. By the way, when you stop, you can exit everything. And if you hit go, watch, I'm going to redo everything again. see what happens. Boom. So I just re-entered everything from scratch as if I just started. I just happened to have been finished up 977, and now I just started it from scratch, and you can see what are all the things that I'm in. These are the symbols of the money machine selected. Notice we're in the blue wave, and by the way, you can see what's going on here on the longer chart. You know, even though something that's up 86%, you can see it could potentially go a lot higher. Same here, the NZI. And this is part of the SYTA. All of these, you're basically doing mean reversion plays. So Edwin, yes, only Premium Trade Ideas users will have access to the money machine, but the money machine to go live and trade dollars. In paper mode, everyone has access to trade live. There's an annual $2K fee for that. I'm completely in rum. You guys can see that. I brought that up in, yeah, I'm still holding. In fact, it's one of my largest positions at 3,500 shares. I mean, 35,000 shares. No, you paper money, you do not need to buy anything. The money machine going live in with Alpaca, E-Trade, and IB to trade automated live is what the fee is for. So only premium subscribers get access to the money machine in either way. So you have to be a premium subscriber to have money machine access, but then to go and trade live with it, there's a $2,000 fee. And that $2,000 fee is, again, something that may go up. We did a waiting list where I believe we had 200 people already sign up to pay that, and that's been done. I mean, many of you are already probably on that list. So when we really roll this out, there's going to be quite a rush to get this product, because there's no question about one thing that we know is that this is the top automated trading technology available anywhere in the stock market. And the things that we're just putting into it, the way that our AI is learning to, I'm showing you what it's doing. There's nobody else who's doing it. Yes, Imad, it picks the stocks automatically, and this is the picking engine right here. So you can see the selection process. Again, you have some flex. You can ask it to choose from a group, but here I'm basically trying to get into things that are up the most from the open and do the thing that we've discussed before, which is called rank-based risk management. I'm trying to be in these top winners. And you can see that's what it's doing. If you look at these stocks, other than this one, and that's probably because it has gone down quite a bit and is right now in a sell signal mode. So remember, we're using the money machine. So it excluded this one, but this one just got in on the buy signal there. This one, sorry, am I on two? Oh, I'm using the 10-minute. That's why. Sorry about that. Yeah. So these are, as long as you're in the 10-minute blue wave, you're going to be getting in. All right, hold on, Edwin. Let me read here. So Bjorn, it uses trade wave signaling and exiting, but it can be applied to any group of stocks that you want to trade. Like, for example, I happen to have picked the biggest stocks from the open, but you can trade like your favorite symbol is like Apple, Microsoft, NVDA, whatever, and then it will use the trade wave to guide you. through that. Does that make sense and answer your questions? So it's not only randomly taking trade wave signals, you kind of assign it what you want to do. Then based on what you want to do, and we have choices for you. We have like kind of universes where, for example, right here, let me just show you. These are examples. Gainers on pullback, losers on a bounce, biggest losers, biggest gainers. And you can add, in Trade Ideas Pro, if you know how to use the product, you can create your own strategy or your own symbol list. You can import that. That's what this looks like. And again, this is ugly because I'm showing you stuff that's under the hood as we develop it. But you can get into anything and then use the money machine and trade wave as your navigator and P&L pilot. That makes sense. K2ICC, of course, the money machine is only available as a part of Trade Ideas. It's a component of part of the product. So you have to be a premium Trade Ideas subscriber to have access to the money machine technology. Does that make sense? Yeah, so Edwin, that's a great question. And I know exactly what you're asking. So the Holly AI is our first generation AI. And the reason it didn't take the profit, quote unquote, is because it's a much more just FYI type of an AI system, because also that is, let me bring up the stock 1 second here. Where is it? Sorry. SGN. So, I mean, that's one that we were in. Okay. So let's see. It got in at 384, which is right here. And then it went all the way up to 730. So I just want to say that SGN tomorrow could be at $25. Holly is trying to keep you in trades that can go for a very long time. And this is where I'm saying that it's man and machine together. I mean, if you made, and that would have been close to 200%, or no, 100% almost, sorry, like 98% in approximately 30 minutes. The computer does not know your financial situation. It cannot know that, and you should not want it to know that. What you should say is that, hey, maybe I'll take half off the table, but as I said with blackjack before, you could take half off the table, 100%, and you can trade around these positions. In fact, let me just do that real quick right here as an example. Buy dollars, and let's just see what happens. Because I want to use this as an example. You can do what I'm doing here. But tomorrow, look at the momentum. When you have a stock that's trading 1,631 times its normal volume, you are in a different realm of momentum-based trading. And what I'm saying here is that Holly is perfectly designed to spot these trades, but Holly does not have a risk and profit-taking mechanism built inside. That is what we are doing with the money machine. The money machine is more of a momentum-based trader where it's trying to catch more of the waves. Holly is more of a, hey, you should be in this and try to stay in as long as you can based on the statistics that it ran. Does that make sense? Remember, Holly is AI Gen 1. And by the way, it's great. And still, to this day, nobody has anything like Holly that is in the market. Money Machine is the next generation of that, where it's AI tech that also will trade around and try to maximize and basically realize the fact that from 727 to 430, you're talking about a significant percentage drawdown and try to catch those waves. So it's much more specific. Hutch, great question. So Imad, thank you so much. We really appreciate that. We've worked over 20 years on this technology, and we built it completely from scratch without using any bullshit from venture capital or standardized kits. We built the database specifically for real-time data mining. Everything we did is custom made for you guys, and I'm thankful for what you said, because it means a lot to me. It means that somebody gets it, and again, we have competitors, but there's a big difference between our tech and TradingView and things that they put out there and some of our other competitors. Nobody has the scanning, which is the momentum detection that we have at Trade Ideas. And again, I'm not going to be dissing any other vendors. I'm just saying that with us, you've got the McLaren. We're the best there is by far. So let's see, hold on. So K2ICC in the money machine, it will get you out and it will pivot. That's the thing. It kind of like in reality, by the way, we really will be merging Holly and the money machine, just like we merged money machine and TradeWave. And so that with Holly will give you the signal, and then the money machine will take over the money management. That would be its next iteration. So you guys sort of understand where we're going with that. Okay, let me think. Let me see if I answered. Hold on one second. Okay, so back to the brokerage question. I can't answer like what's going to be best because we haven't done it ourselves. We have not yet started the live trading. Simply, I mean, I take it back. We've done a couple live trades, but really just to test the connections, not to strategize and pivot or anything that you see here. That's coming. But we're kind of like, what's super exciting, guys, and you can hear this from my voice. Nobody can be as good of an actor as I am. You can see how passionate I am about this tech. All the stuff that's happening here while we're doing this. I exited all the positions. It re-entered in front of you guys. You can see why it's in the blue wave buy signal. You can see the long-term potential. So this goes back to that Holly question a little bit. The real winning of BNZI is if you can catch a move like this, which is, you're only, you're risking $5,000 here, right? But if 5,000 goes from 2 to 4, you've made a significant amount of money. And then to 6, who knows what can happen? These things can happen. I want to bring up a stock for you guys. AGFY. Let me tell you why I'm bringing this up. So Holly gave a buy signal for this, like right below, like around 440. And it went from 440. So this goes back to that question. It went from 440 in October or like end of October to 60. From 4, it was our biggest ever percentage gainer, 1,800%. So that's the ticket. That's the ticket you're trying to ride, and why Holly doesn't get you out. So IQ, what's available right now if you join premium? And that's a great question. I'm going to close this up, and I'm going to show you. All right, bear with me for 1 second, please. So this is going to be the end part of my presentation. We're about 10 minutes left. Okay, hold on. I'm scooting everything over so everyone can see it. Bear with me while I do the proper scooting, and my resolution on this monitor is a little bit different than the one that okay. So premium trade ideas, you get tech that's kind of looks more like this. It's a downloadable software product. This is a channel bar. It's our AI channel. And look at the signals as the gentleman pointed out today. You got a buy signal right here at 348. This was the signal. This is what it looked like when it happened. You can see the timestamp, 6:40 a.m., 129. And boom. Okay. It's in some of the same stocks that we've been trading, BNZI, RNTX, PAC. Yeah. It looks at relative volume, statistical analysis. Here are some of our trades from, let me show you something. So this SGN, by the way, and this is again, the Holly, the real advantage of Holly, just so you can see the perspective. SGN is up 145%. The buy signal was yesterday at 212 if you were a premium subscriber. Barry's great. We love Barry, Jim. I'm glad that he is helpful, and he's been a partner of ours for a very long time. Yeah, positive market pulse versus negative market pulse. Let me share it with everybody. But I've done this also in the other, all my live streams. I do this. You can right click in any window, duplicate free floating window. So I'm doing that. I'm bringing it in right here. And now notice it's starting from scratch. So you can see, kind of take a peek at what's it more negative or positive, what that looks like. Then I right click and I say save or share to the cloud. And it automatically defaults to this pulse. I say save and share, copy, and then I paste it into chat. Now you can go and import this by going to File and Load from Cloud. That's how you do that. So Holly alerts you multiple days in the same symbol. So it doesn't necessarily, because it assumes that every day. So think about it from the marketing point of view. What I'm going to tell you. We don't know if you subscribed yesterday or today. So the AI doesn't think like, hey, I am already in this one. It does not contemplate that it's already signaled something because you may have just subscribed today. So this is another viable opportunity if it is statistically viable. And this is a statistically based AI engine. It looks at pattern recognition, and it is trained every night on patterns. And these patterns, this is what this signal looks like. But this is what it looks like. Hold on, let me move this. That was yesterday, but if I click on today, so the same pattern, do you see this wave of volume coming in? That's what it detected, and that's how you got in multiple days. Strategy trade scan. So, okay, Iris, I can't share that because it's in the AI channel. All you have to do is open this channel and you have the exact same thing. There's just nothing for me to share. Everything I have, every premium subscriber has access to this. All you have to do is click on the channel bar, click on, and this one is would be at the bottom. It's called Holly AI. It has the same picture. You click on it, and this exact same screen will open for you. Okay, it's that easy. So let me discuss a couple of things. What really separates trade ideas from other vendors, and I'll share this window. It's called My Super System. It's one that everybody will love. I'm going to right click, say save and share to cloud, copy. Most of you, if you've had it, if you watched mine, you've seen this one before. So Edwin, I do a bunch of different stuff and sharing. If you ping support, they can totally help you get everything that I shared. You know, I can't just specifically live stream focus on one possible issue. I don't think the channels were changed. I mean, I do custom stuff in the channel, but this one right here, this is a great trending up after being down. I kind of showcase the super system. Some of this stuff is being used to program the money machine and Holly. Super rebound, potential reversal. So you can see that it's gone down, but it's reversing right now. Trending down, it's up and up, but is now trending down. Notice everything is in English. Breaking down out of uptrend. Sorry, breaking down out of uptrend. So what does that mean? Well, let's take a look at the longer chart. Boom. You see that? Oops, where did that go? So everyone has this. I've copied this in. Trade Ideas Pro is the super system. Super oversold buy. That's what this looks like. Look at this. I mean, just from a statistical point of view. And breaking up out of the downtrend. That's what that looks like. That doesn't mean that it's all going to work, but this is a very powerful window, and these real-time streaming alerts is what separates Trade Ideas from everybody else. Yeah, Bjorn, the cloud link for Super System is in the chat right there. I'm going to do it one more time. Save and share to the cloud, share, copy, and I'm pasting it into chat. Okay. So, in summary, the money machine is now being, yeah, my pleasure. In summary, the big takeaways from today's live stream. The first generation AI is still an incredible piece of technology because it utilizes proprietary Trade Ideas data to give you this at 384, even though yesterday it gave this to you at 212, and both of them are working. That's the beauty of it. Holly, the reason it does this, it's a great thing for you guys to process. The reason it does this is because our AI does not know when you have subscribed to the software. Durbin, you should be able to completely modify all of that. And let me show you how to do that. Okay. So you have this window in Brokerage Plus right here. If you right click and you hit Edit Trading Strategy, this is where you edit it long. So how accounts, okay, you can see what it is. Entry time, how you trade, order details, fixed dollars, 5,000. This is where you change the to 1,000. and you can set all sorts of risk management stops. And again, there's videos on how to do that, but I'm just showing you that that's how that's done. And this is at the low right here. So that's what that would look like. And you can make new strategies, by the way. So you can already, this is what people do to already use automation inside IB, Alpaca, and E-Trade. You know, right click, new trading strategy. You can use alerts as the signals and it'll do it for you. Okay, you guys, are there any final questions as we approach the end of the live stream? I was super pumped to show you the integration of the money machine and TradeWave coming together. Very excited to show you the AI and again, our first generation AI. And don't forget, so many ways that we show you, like signals that are just still in play right here. The visual, this is like the Twitter visual stream. Sell signal at 165, it's at 98. Buy signal at 2320. This is, it allows you to participate in things like, here's a perfect example, okay? MCVT, let's take a look at that. And let's switch it to the daily. Okay, what it's showing you is we had a buy signal, it went above, pulled back, and now just broke out again. So you could literally right click, buy and set it low. And again, if I switch it to the 5 minute, you can see what that would look like. Oops, sorry. Right here. And that's how it's done. So you have one product that just has different parts. There's the basic trade ideas that doesn't have the AI. There's the premium that has the AI and the automated trading. And the money machine is an additional part of trade ideas that we just haven't released yet. Jesse, appreciate that. IQ, again, any questions you have, support is there. I mean, I kind of, in this live stream, I freestyle a little bit and I give a lot of different things. And some of them are kind of advanced. So just please be aware. And again, TradeWave is already is kind of like an indicator. It's a way to use momentum in the stock market, and that's why it's called trade waves, because momentum is like waves, and it's using these exponential moving averages as a signaling system. That's what that is. But you can dive into the trade wave, and okay, great question. Let me put a link in for you guys real quick. How do you find out more about the trade wave? Okay, bear with me. Okay, here's a link about the trade wave. So start there, Chris. And again, there's our support, you guys. Don't forget. Do not forget. I'm going to bring this page here. Lots of people overlook, Lots of people overlook this. You can go right into AI right here and say, what is the trade ideas trade wave? So Hutch, I would say Alpaca is where I would start first, because interactive brokerage is commission based and you have to use Trader Workstation, which is quite difficult to use. And E-Trade is just not as advanced as Alpaca for execution, but it does it just fine. I'm just saying at the higher level. Okay. So guys, don't forget, again, this AI was custom built by us for you. You can ask it anything and don't hesitate. Oh, Chris, thank you so much. Thank you, Hutch. All right, you guys, really appreciate this time we have. As a CEO, I love doing what I'm doing here with you because I interact with customers all the time. Hopefully you guys can see that I am actually a trader myself. And I've been doing this since the mid-90s. I graduated college in 1993, and I started trading professionally full-time in 1995. It took me 2 years to figure things out. And I've been doing it ever since. Okay. All right, you guys. Steve, thank you for all the setup as usual. I have so much teamwork goes into doing all of this and supporting this. I'm going to end the live stream right now, and I want to just thank everyone for taking their time and spending it with me. It's my pleasure to do it. And in my opinion, that's the only way a company can really do it the right way. You know, it's not about these formal focus groups and that kind of BS. I interact with you guys. I mean, I want to hear what you really have to say, and we take it very seriously. So I want to thank everybody. Have a great rest of your week, and follow me on Twitter and all of our other guys. And don't forget, this AI on the homepage is custom. This isn't just ChatGPT. It's our own custom iteration of it, where we spent a lot of money putting our data into it. Okay. So, all right, you guys have a great rest of your week. Take care, and I will see you soon.